Coming up on this week's Falcon Fever, men's soccer faces off against conference opponents. Find out if the team is able to continue their winning streak.
And both the men and women's cross-country teams are off to a great start. Find out what they're ranked.
Plus, Haley Evans is our Player of the Week. We will have her interview and more coming up next on Falcon Fever. Hello and welcome to Falcon Fever. I'm Casey Beasley.
And I'm Mandy Hawkins. Thanks so much for joining us. Kicking things off, the men's soccer team looked to extend its winning streak to 4 games last Wednesday. The men hit the road to take on Clayton State University, where they won their 4th consecutive game, 2-0. Piero Manga and Jackson Tollison each scored a goal in the first half. Goalkeeper Brendan Ledgway finished the game with 5 saves and a 4th consecutive shutout. Defenders Thomas Davis and Mike Renzema say they were excited about the win and how the team played.
Obviously, any win on the road is great. We came here expecting, like Mike said, a fast game. That's what they bring to us in the first 10 minutes. I thought what's been great for us in the last 5 matches is we've scored in the first 30 minutes, so it's made it easiest for us at the back to keep a clean sheet for the rest of the team. And the defence starts up front, so it's not just us. And the back four's been solid with me, Mike, Nick and Gary, so it's been good.
The win feels great. We came in here expecting a real fast team. Smaller guys, but quick off the ball and on the ball. They came and gave us what we expected. They were quick, but we were able to shut them down quick before they got any more than 1 or 2 touches on the ball.
After the shutout against Clayton State, the men's winning streak unfortunately ended Saturday when they faced off against Lander University here at home. The game ended in a nail-biter with the men losing 3-2 in double overtime. Thomas Davis and Mike Renzema each added to the scoreboard while Ledgway had 2 saves. After those 2 games, UM has dropped 2 spots down to number 7 in the NCAA Division II Southeast rankings, and several UM players are individually ranked. Sophomore forward Piero Manga is the number 2 goal scorer in the Peach Belt Conference and is ranked 15th nationally. Sophomore midfielder Giuliano Frano is ranked 5th in the PBC and 19th nationally. Junior goalkeeper Brendan Ledgway is ranked 2nd overall in the PBC. The Falcons return to action with a match on the road October 3rd at North Georgia and then return home to face Flagler on October 6th.
On the women's side, the Falcons came into last week looking to break a 2-game losing streak. First, the women took on Clayton State in Mara, Georgia on September 26th. Down by a goal late in the game, freshman Jade Pinnock just missed converting on a free kick, and Clayton State capitalized late on the Falcons' aggressive offense, taking the game 2-0. Then, on the 29th, the women were back on their home turf as they faced off against Lander University. Late in the first half, junior Taylor Kerr tied the game on a header, and in the 86th minute, sophomore Camilla Aldern tied the game at 2. Despite the Falcons' heroics, Lander took the game in the 2nd minute of overtime with a final score of 3-2. The team is back on the road this week, taking on North Georgia before hosting PBC rival Flagler College on October 6th. The game kicks off at 5 p.m. on Varsity Field.
Switching gears to cross country, both the men's and women's teams are ranked 9th in the NCAA Division II Southeast Region rankings. The 9th place spot marks the first time the men have been ranked this season, and it's the 3rd week in a row that the women have been ranked. Both teams head down to Florida to race in this Saturday's Walt Disney World Cross Country Classic. After running at the happiest place on earth, both teams will host the Peach Belt Conference Championship races on Saturday, October 26th. This brings us to this week's Player of the Week.
Falcon Fever correspondent Jolyn Hanna joins us in studio with a look at this week's standout athlete. Hi, Jolyn.
Thanks, guys. This week's Falcon Fever Player of the Week is Haley Evans. Haley is from Fairhope, Alabama. Earlier this week, I got a chance to talk to Haley about her time here at Montevallo and her plans for the future. She credits hard work along with her family and teammates for her success as a runner. What's it like to be named PBC Runner of the Week?
I really think it's a nice honor. It's a great honor, and it's just really nice to let your competitors know that you're competing hard and that you're a force to be reckoned with. And so it's nice to like get in their heads a little bit, and so I like it a lot. It's good.
I know you're from a big family. Does that help give you a competitive edge as an athlete?
I would definitely say I grew up competitive. You know, I'm one of 6, and so we were always competing. And I started running, actually. My sister started, my older sister, and it was in my heart just to beat her. And so, and I mean, I did. And so, yeah, I would definitely say so. You know, there's just a lot of competition as kids, and it just kind of carried on to college.
I know you've had a lot of honors as an athlete. What is your proudest moment?
My proudest moment definitely would have to be like winning conference. I knew I was strong going into the race, but I didn't know that I could win. And it was just such a great feeling to help lead my team to another conference finish. And then we went on to nationals. So it's just like the storybook season. You know, it just wasn't expected, and it was just so wonderful.
Now, I know you're a senior this year, so what are your plans after graduation?
My plans after graduation, I plan on going to law school. I haven't applied yet, but yeah, just going to law school. I plan on running, you know, just in like road races, and I guess not too competitively because I'm out of eligibility. But yeah, you know, just running and going to law school. That's about it.
Now, do you want to say hi to everyone back home?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to my mom and dad and all 6 of my brothers and sisters. It's great. And then my team. I love you guys. It's great.
Thank you, Haley Evans, Falcon Fever Player of the Week.
If you would like to suggest an athlete for Falcon Fever Player of the Week, contact us through our Facebook or Twitter pages.
Thanks, Jolynn. Since we last met, the volleyball team went on the road to face 2 PBC opponents, and it proved to be a rough week for the women. The team fell to conference rival Armstrong Atlantic on September 28th. The Pirates shut out the Falcons 3-0. The women hope to bounce back the next day as they face Flagler College in St. Augustine, Florida. The women's bad luck continued as Armstrong Atlantic swept the Falcons in 3 straight sets. The women hope to turn things around when they face Lander at home on the 5th, and then on the 6th, host both USC Aiken as well as Alabama Huntsville. Remember, you can catch those games live on ustream.tv/Montevallo Athletics.
The women's golf team was also on the road over the weekend, competing in the Lady Bearcat Invitational in Hilton Head, South Carolina. The team finished in 10th place out of the 12 teams competing. Sophomore Ashley Beck led the team, putting her way to a 12 over par for a final score of 156, which was good enough to tie her for 32nd place in the individual standings. The women swing back into action on October 15th when they tee off in the Patsy Rindleman Invitational in North Carolina. And the men's team heads to the sandy shores of Destin, Florida next Monday and Tuesday to play in the Indian Bayou Classic.
Basketball season is right around the corner, and both the men's and women's teams are kicking off the season with a bang. Next week, the teams are hosting Midnight Madness to get the UM student body pumped up for the upcoming season. In addition to officially introducing this year's basketball teams, the event will feature a skills competition and performances by the UM cheerleaders. Midnight Madness will be held next Tuesday, October 9th in Bank Trust Arena. The doors open at 7 p.m., and the first 400 fans will get free food, a t-shirt, and door prizes. Both teams will hold their first official practices of the season October 15th.
That brings us to a new segment of our show called Fan of the Week. This week, it goes out to Miss Karen Ahrens, the one and only RJ Seversgaard's mother. RJ has anchored our show and is currently one of our directors, so we would just like to thank her for always being so supportive of what we are doing here at Falcon Fever. Karen always gives us feedback on Facebook, and we just wanted to show her a little bit of appreciation, so thank you, Karen. Remember, you can get more Falcon Fever on YouTube and through social media. You can watch current and past episodes of Falcon Fever on YouTube. Just search for Montevallo for you.
Also, add us as a friend on Facebook. There you'll find links to sports stores throughout the week and live updates from the games. You can also leave a comment, talk about recent games, or give a shout out to your favorite UM athlete. This week, you can also read a story on our Facebook page about how the baseball team has made some dreams come true for local disabled children.
You can also follow us on Twitter. Just search for UM Falcon Fever. And if you do leave us a comment or tweet us, we might just give you a shout out on our next show.
And last but not least, get extended UM sports coverage on MontevaloFalcons.com. There you'll find team rosters, live stats, pictures, and more.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's show. I'm Mandy Hawkins.
And I'm Casey Beasley. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in again next week.